Hey everybody, it's Jack. Welcome to the Warp. This is the fourth of four videos um, that highlight aliens that were designed for an eighth expansion to Cosmic Encounter, which unfortunately Fantasy Flight has opted to not publish. So that expansion possibly would have been called Cosmic Universe. And the idea was that it was going to offer a mega storage solution for holding the base game and all eight expansions. It was going to include a number of new aliens and then 42 special systems. And you can see videos on all the special systems in this the Warp playlist here on the channel. So we've got the last six aliens, and it's three green alert and three yellow alert aliens. So I'm going to go over these. Let me know in the comments what you think of these aliens and what you would have thought of this expansion overall, Cosmic Universe, had it been published. And let's dive right in. The first one we're going to see is an alternate timeline alien, Hydra. Now, in one of the previous videos, I introduced Hydra, one of the two red alert aliens. This was an alien design that I worked with Kevin Wilson, who was the original three expansions and the base game for the Fantasy Flight edition. He did a great job of delivering this edition for us. So this one, this Hydra had the Hydra Space gate here. And I had at the time, when he had pitched this idea of, he was like, let's have an alien called Hydra that can attack two systems. I was like, I'm already kind of working on a Hydra. And then I was like, well, you know, what the heck? Let's just have another Hydra. So it's a different alien, slightly different spelling there. So you have the power to sprout. Each time you lose a colony, a foreign colony or a home colony, uses power to name an alert level, green, yellow, or red, and then draw an additional alien as an extra head from those not in the game until you draw one matching the named alert level, discarding and redrawing any with game setup, or they're not allowed. You have use of your extra heads, choosing which one is active during each start turn. If you have more than one, turn inactive heads, extra heads face down. So this is a meta alien that is going to have other aliens. So if they lose a home colony, which is most likely how that's going to happen, then they will pick up another alien, and really what they're getting is an alien, but you getting the option to, you know, hopefully turn things around, get something different based on the mix that is in the game. I just love meta aliens, so that is what Hydra here is meant to do, is just let you play with more aliens. And if you do get a couple of them, then you have the option. Now, this is one that I'm still in the process of deciding if I want to beef it up a little bit more, because again, losing foreign colonies is not very common. That's pretty rare. Although if you have Insurgent from another video here, that might happen a little bit more. But yeah, this is one that I may play around with a little bit more, just to give it another edge. It might mean it's no longer green alert, but I think that's fine. We've got a good number of green alerts. So let's check in with the next one we have here, Behemoth. So Behemoth was a homebrew that I had. It's one of my earliest homebrews, and it's undergone a few tweaks. And some of that was through playtesting. So power of scale as a main player. If ships belonging to other players are allied on either side, use this power. And I just noticed I got a bold and italicized that use. Use this power in the reveal phase. All ships on your side count double their value for encounter totals, and all ships on the opposing side half their normal value, rounded down for encounter totals, compensation, and rewards. So all of those things. This affects special ships or conditions. So Macron's ships would count only as two. The fungus stack would be halved, etc. So yeah, let's go look at that first line right there. If ships belonging to other players, so you have to be a main player, and there have to be ships allied, and it's on either side. It can be both, so it doesn't matter. But as long as there are ships allied, then you use this power. And if anybody on your side, all the ships on your side, in fact, count double, and ships on the other side. So the behemoths, they're so big that everything else seems very small in comparison. So I'm definitely a powerhouse alien, not to be confused with Powerhouse, which again, different video. And then we have Navigator. So this is a little bit of a Dune-esque reference. So the power of plotting. After hands are dealt at the start of the game, whenever any player draws cards for a new hand, alien powers, or rewards, use this power before cards are drawn. Peek at the top 2 cards of the deck from which that player is drawing. This does not count as drawing cards. Leave one or both cards on top of that deck or move one or both to the bottom. In either case, do not change their order. So here you've got a little bit of insight, some knowledge about what sorts of things people are getting, or you have the ability to go, oh, the attack 30, let's put that at the bottom. Yeah, you're not going to be drawing that. And, you'll get something else instead. Maybe you'll get the other 30, or, maybe you'll get the 40. But whatever it is, you have some agency over cards that other people are getting. So it's after the initial hand deals. But, yeah, if you're getting rewards, if you have an alien power that lets you draw cards, or if you're getting a new hand. So Navigator will get to fire, I think, a decent amount in any game. And yeah, you just have that knowledge. So you're hopefully going to be able to parlay that into a win. And there you have it. All right, we got into the yellow alert. So we have Nuke, the power to explode. So this one is probably a little controversial. As a main player, when you select an attack card in the planning phase, you may use this power by exclaiming kaboom. Select all of the attack cards in your hand and form a face-down stack. The stack counts as 1 attack card for all game effects with the value of all the attack cards in the stack added together until resolution, in which point they discard normally. And, stuff that happens with the cards, you sort that out at that time. So, yeah, you've got, you're like, all right, you can use all of your attack cards to almost certainly guarantee a win. But then you are down to negotiate cards and your non-encounter cards, or maybe you're having to draw a new hand. So there's a little bit of a trade-off. You might have some good non-encounter cards. You might have a lot of negotiate cards. And you're like, oh, now I'm hoping to make deals. And so you've got that going for you. And, you can certainly, the soft advantage here is you can probably get a lot of allies because they don't know whether or not you're going to go kaboom. You're going to nuke the other side. So maybe you don't need to if you've got a lot of allies. So this one has been a lot of fun in play testing. So let me know your thoughts on that one. Here we have Extremist. This one is also probably going to be a little controversial. So Power of Extremes. As a main player, when you reveal an attack card, use this power. If the card is an attack card, when revealed, it becomes a negotiate card. So all of your attacks are negotiates. If the card is a negotiate card when revealed, it becomes an attack worth 25. If your card is changed by another effect, your power does not trigger. So entitled to compensation, use this power to take no cards or 4 cards regardless of how many ships you lost. And if your opponent does not have at least 4 cards, you take none. So this was an alien that was designed for Cosmic Encounter Online, because Cosmic Encounter Online, they tried to program aliens that were going to be easy to program. So the idea of coming up with one that would just turn negotiates into a single attack. For then it was attack 30, and I always felt that was maybe a little bit too high. 25 is still pretty good, so I like this a little bit better. And I did add the compensation element as well, because if they're extremists, they might as well be extremist about everything. So that's how this one works. Now you could find yourself in a situation where you have no negotiates, and that could be trouble, but you're getting compensation, probably 4, even if you're only losing 1 ship. And you might be actually, it says regardless of how many ships you lost. So even if you lost no ships, you can get 4 compensation. So somebody is attacking, one of your empty planets. So that can, inform your strategy for how you might be like, I'm going to attack with everybody here and just strip this planet down, making this a nice target. People are like, well, maybe we do want to attack a 0 planet rather than one of these other ones. Maybe they want to try to get rid of your alien power. Who knows how it wants to work? But yes, Extremist is pretty interesting. And then we have our last somewhat controversial Imposter. And so here the artwork was just, it's 2 existing aliens kind of stitched together. So you have the power to replace. So each time a Destiny card is drawn that indicates a player color, use this power to place a cosmic token on any planet in that player's system, even yours. If at any time there are more cosmic tokens on a planet than ships of another player's color, Use this power to replace those ships. Replace the ships of that player with up to as many of your ships from other colonies, sending the replaced ships to the warp. When you do this, remove all of the cosmic tokens from that planet. So this is a very insidious alien. So it's going to be getting these cosmic tokens, and you're like, oh, okay, blue came up, so I'm going to do that. And maybe at this point, blue has got a colony somewhere else. Maybe we're playing with special systems. And so you're like, okay. And then, the next time blue comes up, I'm going to put another cosmic token here. So you really, as these players, you have to pay attention to what's going on. Because if they've lost a colony and then their system comes up later on. So let's say this is what's happened. So you've got a foreign colony that has, a couple of ships on there. People don't normally like to put a lot of ships on their foreign colonies, but you're like, well, we're going to do that. And now we're going to do that. And now if we get one more, then boom, I'm going to replace red, and your ships go to the warp, and I'll take these back, but I'll be putting my own colony there. And, if it's me, it's going to be purple. So you're like, haha, look at that. A nice little free colony. So there are not a lot of aliens that have this. Like disease does something like this. So again, it's another area where it would be nice to have another alien that does it in a different way, and instead of just being a combat alien. So that's what I like and I've got my nice long spreadsheet of all the different kinds of effects in the game, and tracking and going, look, we don't have very many that do this. So that's how Imposter was born. It did go through an area where they just had to have the same number of cosmic tokens, but the playtesters have insisted that just makes Imposter way too powerful. But, let me know your thoughts, and we will continue to play around with this. I'm going to keep playtesting these things, even though the expansion is not going to be published. Maybe one day it will. Who knows? Again, send your letters to Fantasy Flight. Say, look, do it, crowdfund it. We really want this. Only if you do. I'm not trying to convince you to do something you don't want to do. I certainly do, but that's me. So there you have it. All the aliens, the other videos. There's links in the description for this one so that you can assess and let me know your thoughts on these aliens. That's what we had for this expansion. That's it for this video. I will have a follow-up video with flares. I'll probably do a couple of videos and break them down, so we're not going through too many. But there you have it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.